Hey, Johnny Mullet here with another episode of my product review series. So, this is called the Skoolie product review series because these products that I am reviewing are actually used in my Skoolie and they would probably come in handy for your Skoolie if you want to check the product out and see if it works for you. Today, we are going to do a review on this. It's called a Vetomile 8 gang switch panel. It is a 12 volt switch panel. The company was Vetomile. Currently, this switch panel is not available through this maker, but there are other companies that make a very similar, if not the same product. So I will leave a link in the description below with this switch panel, and you will find other options available. This is a 8 gang, which means there are 8 rocker switches available. They make 10 gang, 6 gang, 5 gang. So there are many switch panels out there that you can use. This particular switch panel is a 12 volt switch panel. So there is no 110 volt accessories running off of this. I use this for everything pretty much in the bus because my build has a centralized power distribution system where I can access everything in one section. So that's why all the switches in my bus are right here. Like the first switch here, that turns on my cabin lights up above. My second switch here turns on my porch light. This one here turns on my LED light strip. My DC outlets are on this switch here. My water pump and my stereo. I actually have 2 extra switches right here that are used for nothing. But hey, everything works. I don't have any complaints on the switch panel itself as far as functionality goes. But let's see, Amazon gave it a 4.5 star rating. And I'm going to give it a 4.5 star rating too. I'm only taking off a half a star because of not its functionality at all. It functions correctly. The problem is these little tiny labels are really hard to read. So if you're not familiar with the switch box, it's really hard to see what they say. What it is the switch lights up to let you know that whatever accessory you have wired in is on. And there's a square light here that these little tiny labels go in. And, they're marked for all kinds of things, different kind of lights, different kind of fans. So even if you were to like screw up one of your stickers and, like this first one here says cabin lights. If I was to screw that sticker up, I could replace it with one that says interior lights or so forth. So there's many little stickers here, and you'll pretty much have a sticker for everything you need. So it also comes with this little tiny booklet. And what was kind of important is knowing what each switch amperes are. So this one here is 5 amp, 5 amp, 10 amp, 15 amp. And then it repeats itself, 5, 5, 10, 15. So what I did is I made sure my higher draw items were on the 10 or 15 amp side, and my lower draw items were on the 5 amp. For instance, my cabin lights, they draw very little power, so I put that on a 5 amp. My porch light, that's on a 5 amp. And then my DC outlet, that's on a 15 amp because you'll draw more power when you plug things into your USB or 12 volt sockets. And I have 12 volt electrical sockets throughout the bus, so I wanted to make sure I use heavy gauge wire and use the 15 amp switch on the current panel. So these are little fuses inside these round things. If you happen to overload the circuit, there is circuit protection available in the switch. So that's pretty cool. It's a pretty good feature. It's a great little switch box. I'm going to also give it 4.5 stars. Like I said, I'm only taking off that half a star for them little tiny labels, but otherwise it works great. And it looks good, it's basic and it's waterproof. So if I was to, come stumbling in the door and spilled my beer on it, I wouldn't really have to worry about it catching fire because it's actually waterproof. I'm not going to say you could submerge it underwater, but you could spill something on it. It probably won't hurt it. It's very easy to wire in. The back side of this switch has all this pre-wired, and you have a ground wire coming off the back and 2 positive wires, one for this side of the switch panel and one for this side, and that works these lights. The lights inside the switch and the lights up here to let you know what's on. So once you go and find, let's say, your dome lights, you run your wire into your panel and you plug it into this switch on the back side as an open socket, and you plug in. There's your lights, and then the next one, the next one, the next one. Pretty basic 12-volt stuff here, very basic stuff. But anyway, this is the product and review series, my Skoolie product review series. So I just wanted to share with you the switch. It's a pretty good switch panel. So if you want to do a localized switch panel on your bus, this would be a good option. You might not need all 8. You might need more. You might need less. They're available. I will leave a link in the description below. I will also leave a link to my Amazon wish list if you want to support the channel one way or another. I'm not going to monetize my YouTube channel. I'm set up a Patreon and all that. I'm not about taking your money, but if you want to help one way or another, check out the wish list. So thanks for watching this episode of the Skoolie product review series, and I got a bunch more products here inside and outside the Skoolie that I'm going to review for you. So stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that little bell notification so, hey, every time the mullet's on, you get notified. Good idea, huh? Anyway, we'll see you all next time. Have a good day.